Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge interior wall sconce called the Twine. This is the 2054-01, very popular fixture, can be used in all kinds of different applications, and it's dimmable, which is really good if you want to use it maybe like in a home theater, hallway, something like that. This is 23 inches high, 4.3 inches wide, and has a projection from the wall out of 4.6 inches. It's going to be using 4 G9 halogen bulbs, and normally when I talk about halogen fixtures from Hubbardton Forge, I also will bring in LEDs. On this fixture, not so much, because it's going to be shipping with 4 25-watt halogens, which I think you should just remember it's going to be what you're going to be able to use on this. Putting in a retrofit LED may be a little bit of a not problematic, but you'd have to find an LED that is going to be very much on the shorter side. And there are some out there, so I'm not ruling that completely out. But the reason why these are going to be using 4 25-watt halogens, and that, don't forget, that equals 100 watts. That's quite a bit of light. Is the sockets are actually pointing out this way from the, like, let's say this is the back plate, and they're coming out toward you. And they're coming out into a long piece of glass that has holes that are drilled in the back. So there's not a lot of space to put like a really long LED coming out. It's just going to run into the glass, which is why you're looking at these 25-watt halogens. So moving on from there, a good way to show you some of those details is to look at the installations instructions on our website. If you're on the page for this, look over on the right-hand side where it says Choose Your Finish. There's a pull-down menu. Scroll down a little bit. There's going to be a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. Give that a click for me. This is a great way to show you lots of information with great technical drawings. It's going to show you how these sockets are set up on the back plate. It's going to show you how this goes onto your 4-inch junction box, possibly even a gang box, so something to look at on both of those. That back plate information is going to tell you which of these you can use or both. It's also going to show you the setup for these and what I was talking about before. It'll show you the holes in the back of that glass and how these are projecting into the glass itself. The other thing is these things cool by convection, which means that generally we expect that, you know, if you're going to have this mounted on the wall vertically, what's going to happen is it's going to act like a chimney. So it's going to pull in cool air from the bottom, and it's going to expel warmer air at the top, just like a chimney does. And that's how it cools the bulbs inside the glass. It's also how it cools the glass. If you were to have this horizontally, mounted above a mirror on the long side, it doesn't cool correctly that way. That's another reason why you can only do the 25-watt bulbs, and you couldn't put in a 60-watt bulb because it doesn't cool correctly if it's on its side, basically. So for a 60-watt bulb, but it's rated for 25 watts. So that is why all that is that. So there you go. But those installation instructions are awesome. They show you tons of great information with great drawings to get you really familiar with the fixture. Okay, let's moving on from there, and let's go into glass on this. Going to be using Hubbardton Forge's opal glass, which is the white glass from Hubbardton Forge. It's going to give you the most light out. It's also opaque, so you're not going to be able to see any of this kind of stuff, just remember. And then after that, why don't we talk about finishes. So if you're on our site, on the page for this, glance over on the left-hand side of your screen. There's going to be a finishes help guide over there in the red tabs. There's going to be a video at the top of that page of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I will be referencing a color chart with all the finishes on it deeper down on the page. So scroll down until you see that. Those are all the finishes you can use. I'll be talking about that in the video up above, so just kind of use the two together. When you're done with all that, hop back down to that color chart. You can click on any of those pictures: dark smoke, burnished steel, bronze, soft gold. Bigger window is going to pop up and it's going to show you lots of samples of whatever you guys just clicked on. So again, lots of information for you there. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii, and there is no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. We're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No other dealer does that. Some larger items and custom things are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that way ahead of time on the page. And we also offer a rush program. So Hubbardton Forge doesn't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes to play with. It takes about 3 to 4 weeks in production for them to finish things up. We can cut that time in half Upcharge is per line item. So if you had 2 or 3 of this same fixture, same finish, and you divided that upcharge among 3 or 4 or whatever, it's really inexpensive. And if you want to know more about that, just drop me a quick email at sales@HandmadeInVermont.com, and we spell out the word Vermont, or you can call 802-446-2400. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can email us 24 hours a day, sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. Okay? So, talking about our showroom, we do have this on the second floor. We have 350 Hubbardton forged fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's over on the left-hand side of your screen. Check it out. And we also have a clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's an awesome deal. Have to come here to use it. So keep all that in mind. Bring a good-sized car, because a lot of people leave with a lot of clearance stuff when they visit, even though they're not even expecting to, because it's such a great deal. So that kind of covers things. You guys have any other questions, let me know. Thanks for stopping in today. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.